What's done in the dark must come to light. And for light to exist, darkness must as well. Welcome to the Inner Temple Fire family. It is your host with the most, Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. Mars Day with Mark number 55. Look alive, guys. Some shit is about to break. So just watch out. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open. This is the astrology breakdown for the week, Tuesday to Tuesday. So this is going to be the week of June 25th, ending on July 2nd. Got a lot to tell you guys. I appreciate all the comments and the feedback on my videos. I've been asking for suggestions and support how to make these videos better. So before we start all the fun stuff, I'm going to give you the itinerary and the layout. We're going to hit the highlights, all the cool things you need to watch for in this video in this week to come. Then we're going to do our little metaphysical weather forecast where I literally show you in the chart where the planets are and where they're going to end up, and you're going to be able to see them, okay? And then after that, we're going to start to dive into those points, and then we're going to take it day by day so you can really watch the clock, all right? So that's the beautiful thing. Let me share the chart with you guys, and we'll rock and roll. So the major highlights this week, guys, is that it's a full moon release. What I mean is we already had the full moon last week. So that thing got big, the bubble popped, and now we're on the waning moon cycle for the week. So it's all about release, letting go. And some deep shit broke. If you guys want to see the extended breakdown for the full moon and how this actually affected everybody personally for their rising sign, click the link in the description and you'll be able to watch that video. Because this was the full moon in Capricorn, Saturn energy. So the foundations have changed. And that's something that's really unavoidable. Beyond important, it's unavoidable. That's just the way that we're going to experience this energy. So it's Cancer season in full effect, either summer or winter time. We're turning the wheel. We're getting excited about that. We've got a bunch of squares to the nodes. So what I'm saying, guys, beyond a Saturn full moon, Capricorn full moon, meaning karmic release, we have nodal squares. Planets square the north and south node, bending the nodes, as they say. And that means karmic shifts. And the scales of Ma'at are weighing things, weighing your ass right now. So don't kick and scream. Keep your hands inside the weigh boat. Don't do any fuckery. See no evil, speak no evil, do no fucking evil. You hear me? Karmic redistribution. So we've got Mercury moving into Leo this week, and we've got Lilith moving into Libra. And everything else basically is going to move, you know, in the same sign. So let me walk you guys through the degrees, and I'm going to annotate the chart as I do it. Today, as we start on the 25th of June, which is Tuesday, we've got the sun at 4 degrees of Cancer. We've got the moon. I don't know what happened to my voice there. The moon, it's going to be a moon-ruled month, guys. Pay a lot of attention to the moon during the sign of Cancer. So we've got the moon at 24 Aquarius waning out, like we said. It just broke the full moon in Cap. So we've got Mercury at 17 degrees of Cancer. Venus is right behind at 10 degrees of Cancer. Mars is at 12 Taurus. We've got Jupiter at 7 Gemini. Saturn is at 19 Pisces. We've got Uranus at 25 Taurus. Neptune is at 29 Pisces. Pluto is retrograde at 1 degree of Aquarius, and we've got the north and south node at 11 degrees of Aries and Libra, respectively, okay? And like I said, not too much is going to change in this week besides 2 placements, Mercury and Lilith, but these are the degrees for next week. So on July 2nd, 11 degrees is how far the sun is going to be, about 7 degrees for the week, you know, do the math. How many days does it take the sun to go around the galactic center? I'm fucking with your mind right now. How many days does it take for the Earth to go around the sun? 365. So if you do the math, about 365. The sun is going to move about 1 degree a day. So that's how we got 11 degrees of Cancer. I'm just trying to show the math, you know, help people understand and see the solar system in your astrology, because that's really what this is. So we got the moon, it'll move to 3 degrees of Gemini. And what that means is, we'll break the last quarter, I should say, in Aries. And then we're going to be somewhere in the middle of the last quarter in the new moon at the end of the week, okay? So Mercury, like I said, it moves to 0 degrees of Leo. So that's a whole big shift that we got to talk about. We've got Cancer, Venus moving to 19. Mars moves up to 17. Jupiter moves to 8. Saturn goes retrograde. So 19. And like I said, karmic redistribution, motherfuckers, pay me, bitch. You couldn't pay me with all the money you earn in this fucking lifetime. And the next one, you could never repay me for the shit you did to me. Fuck you. You'll be a brick in my kingdom, a slave. Fuck you. That's really how it is. So you've got 25-degree Uranus and Taurus. You've got Neptune at 29 Pisces stationary. Oh, so yeah, we're going to have, what that means, guys, Neptune is going to go retrograde as well. So the bullshit is about to be revealed. Things are about to be uncovered. The truth is coming to light. And that's the whole point of Pluto and Aquarius over the 20-year shift. You're not seeing many degrees even or minutes with this one. And, Lilith moves to 0. And that's something that follows what I just said, guys. The truth has to come to light. What happens in the dark must come to the light. And Spirit's telling everybody, guys, there's some shit we are not seeing for real. Through the error of our perceptions or our willful ignorance, our selective blindness. Some shit that we are not seeing. But this is a beautiful video. This is a beautiful week. That's the degree breakdown. We're going to jump through it point by point, okay? And I also want to show you guys the tarot cards and the oracle cards because I really had to take some time to clear my energy and sit with Spirit before I made this video. And I was like, what's going on? What's the vibes today? Reflection in reverse, man. Some things we aren't seeing. So Lilith and Libra, we're going to talk about that specifically, what that means. But also this cycle is a cycle of abundance and illumination. It says that no matter what your spiritual life has got you for, you're making progress in the material. Even if it doesn't look like it, you're moving forward. Illumination. So it probably does look like it to you, though, where you're seeing this shit and it's making sense. So that's amazing. But let me just be really clear, guys, because the first subject of this video, like we talked about, is going to be that full moon release. So I'm going to back that ass up. Where? Okay, there it is. Yeah, let's go back to the beginning of the week. We just had this full moon in Capricorn. And like I said, if you have not watched the video, watch that extended breakdown. It'll make everything make sense. And you'll be able to see how this played out personally for you. You got to understand where your Saturn is and know what you're releasing. It's all about doing your great work. It's about being aligned with your purpose, your soul's reason to be here. We all have a different reason. So don't be naive and say that we all have the same because we're all different, or that it doesn't matter because you're just fulfilling it always. No, be conscious. That's why you're a fucking human. You have to want to know this shit, man. Ignorance is not blissful. Negligence, man. You can harm people with things that you don't know. So that's what I'm saying. That's the point of the karma, is the shit that we do unto others. That's the whole point of this video, guys, is that we have to understand the patterns in order to change them. It's the only reason astrology is going to work for you. Otherwise, it's just mental masturbation or elite prejudice, and that's not okay. So the cards, let me talk about them, guys. Saturn has been going through Pisces for about 1 to 2 years. Probably closer to 2 at this point, about 2 years. But that's the 8 of Cups energy. And that's the first card on our spread today. Is that this energy, we've all been experiencing it, and it's been kind of rough. Saturn does give us our challenges. It shows us what to master within our life. And this one right here is deeply spiritual. It's Pisces. It's intuitive. It's mystifying. It deals with the collective conscious. These are the lessons that we're learning. Spiritual lessons about unity, about trust, about transcendence. And you got to think about the relationship you have with yourself again, guys. This is a very existentialist time where it feels like we're very connected to each other because of the internet, but also more disconnected than ever before because we all have a different algorithm. We all have a different schedule and way that we experience ourselves even, and the internet. So it's like the challenge with this Saturn Pisces is losing faith. If I could just make it simple. And for my astrologers, the ones that are catching on, you can see the archetypes, man. This is just about lacking faith. Saturn, Pisces. So that's the challenge, man, is to really rise above your experiences spiritually, not to bypass or avoid, but I'm saying to look through the eyes of your higher self, to see yourself as the God form. Pisces rules imagination. So can you actually see yourself in your mind's eye? That's my real question, because your life revolves around your identity. Self-concept is a thing we all create for ourselves, but very few know this. So if you can see yourself winning in your fantasy, you'll inevitably win in the physical as well. But the problem is people be losing in their own fantasies. And that's why Saturn Pisces has people fucked up. And that's the message right here. The current energy is the 5 of Swords. So people are having to go through huge mindset changes. But let's be also more clear and deep about this 8 of Cups in reverse. This looks like broken, addicted, scared people full of fear that don't know what the fuck they're doing in this life. And because they don't, they're starting to beat themselves up more because of their situations as well. So it's despair and hopelessness and desperation that a lot of people are feeling at this time. And it's rough as fuck, man. People's stomachs are turning and they just want to get out of their lives as bad as they fucking can, as fast as possible. And it's just the challenge we're going through, building faith in life, building faith in ourselves, and also engaging a spirit of community. We can talk about that later. Because really what's happening is a personal shift, having to change your outlook on life, your mentality even. And what's happening with most of us is descension, having to rise lower. Sagittarius in reverse is the 3rd card, having to come back down a little bit. Pisces has us washed up under the current. It has us taking on too much. It has us trying to be too fucking perfect. And having that standard, those visions, those ideals, they can be self-limiting in a world where everybody else doesn't share that vision or intellect or goal. You know, so it's really about keeping it real with yourself, letting spirit speak through you, making it make sense as well. Trusting your higher judgment, but not trying to be Jesus Christ. Walk like him, but know that you're a human just like he was. So you might not be able to touch water and like make it turn into alcohol immediately, but you should be able to see the metaphor and do that into some way, shape, or form. But don't get mistaken and don't see the map for the terrain. Start running, can't see the forest for the trees. You start running your face in the walls down here, man. It's crazy. So we've got Emperor, Empress, and then we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And those clarify the first 3 cards, guys. So the first one is just saying that, you know, this Saturn Pisces energy has us really stepping up into our masculine energy. It's got us taking more action and have to be more definitive, really rule your own kingdom as a sovereign being. Quit giving it to God. Quit letting Jesus take the wheel. Got to trust the higher self, man, but it's about the actions we take in this world. So then we've got the Empress clarifying the 5 of Swords, and that just says our goddessly nature is coming out, and we have to really realize that we can actually nourish ourselves and provide ourselves everything that we need. We have to see ourselves as more worthy, more abundant, more beautiful, more divine. Self-concept, self-image, changing our mind, 5 of Swords again. And then we've got the 7 of Pentacles clarifying the Temperance. And this I just heard my spirit guide just yelled, y'all ain't shit. Mark neither. Y'all ain't shit. So step back, let the real ballers ball. Where does all this hate come from? Where does all this evil come from? Where does all this willful, maligned ignorance come from? And this is our 7th card, guys. And it was a 7-card reading. And it's the 6 of Swords in reverse, which is a card about going forward, upright, In reverse, it means going backwards, among other things, being stuck. Like maybe you're going forward, but you're missing all types of shit. There's a lot of shit you're not seeing for real. So again, this is a good reading. Nothing bad will ever happen to you when you are the universe. Karmic redistribution is coming. Top and bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. So you are going to be winning and you are going to be celebrating. Things are going to be working out amazing for you. There's obstacles right now, man. And it's because of this karmic imbalance. Got you bound up and stuck. And you may have a great attitude about this, but I'm telling you, man, your energy's bound up on something from your past. And it's really about time we release it. It's going to be taken from you, honestly. Whether you're ready or not, man, it's going to be taken from you. You know, and it's going to sit a lot of people on their ass. So let me talk about the Cancer season, because that was the full moon energy. That's really the release, man, is that ghosts are real and they might linger in your energy. And it's going to be important that you pay attention to that shit so you can start to pick them off. Okay? Some people just suffer from memories, but some people suffer from the energy of other people. And it needs not be that way. You got to start to ask yourself sometimes, like, why am I by myself and not having a good time? Like, riddle me that. If you like yourself, if you do good work in this world, why is it that you can be by, and you think you're a good person, why can you be by yourself and still have a hard time? Maybe that's not your energy. Pick that shit off of you, man. Daily rituals, daily routines, spiritual showering, cleansing yourself with light. You got to be able to see yourself so vividly, you can picture all the energies that are coming into you too. And then you're going to know exactly who the fuck is sending it. Okay? So Cancer season, it's really, hey, I'm telling you guys the truth. Cancer season is about looking inside of yourself. And let me explain my logic, because sometimes I just wish I could just give you guys my eyes and I wouldn't have to say a damn thing. But the sun is the center of the solar system. So the beautiful thing is we revolve around the sphere, and it's going to really illuminate our planet and give us vitamins and make life actually exist. So the point is this, guys. If you were to look through the sun would be somewhere around the stars of Cancer from our perspective at this time. And that just means that we receive Cancer energy as people consciously right now. Cancer is a water sign. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Once again, I say, look at the moon, pay close attention to the moon this month, especially this week, but forever, man, we live by the moon. It pulls on the oceans. It pulls on the tides of our emotions. So the focus for the next 26 days, but especially this week, Cancer has us focused on the heart space, on our feelings, on our emotions, but family matters are going to be very prevalent and persistent. Things that happen with our mom and dad, our brother and sister, our aunts, our uncles, our cousins, type shit. Close friends too, people that we allow into our space, even the childhood, the people we grew up with, people that we knew from school, coworkers even, that you might have sat in the car with and stuff like that, or hang out after work, or just have conversations close at work, you know. And also like public figures who really share from their heart. I want to say that's Cancer energy too, you know, because I got a lot of people listening to me, so it'll also play out like that. Just, you know, what's close and personal to you, man, that's Cancer energy. You know, I got Cancer in my 10th house, so that's like the way I live my career is like, you know, if you're tuned into my shit, you're gonna feel me, man. So this week really gives us an opportunity to see what's going on inside of us and the inner workings of our inner life. And again, that shit just could be family. You know, we are the company we keep. We interact with people every single day on some level. We're social creatures. Dude, it's very rare to have there are people, I will say, that are completely monastic and off the grid and are by themselves, but largely that's not you, because you're here getting mental connection with me. you know? But how is your life working? How is it set up? How is the river flowing? Does it feel good? Do you feel yourself? How do you feel? And do other people feel it too? Can you sense how the people that you feel are feeling? Those that you care about? That's what this is about. Cancer wishes closeness, guys. That's the key words. Cancer wishes close. Say that 10 times fast. Cancer wishes closeness, intimacy, depth. This sign is ruled by the crab, and they need, crabs are they're self-defensive. They're very vulnerable to their prey. So they got to be looking out and looking sideways. And they got to be ready to attack and defend themselves. So it's the need for security, it's the need for safety that draws us together, guys. That's what that is. So let's talk about these nodal squares, because this is the other thing. And it's really right here, like no joke, the nodal squares. So the north node and the south node, let's talk about this really quick so we're all on the same page. These are not celestial bodies. These are mathematical points. And when the moon's plane of orbit around the earth intersects the sun, the earth's plane of orbit around the sun, when these two planes intersect, we have what's called the node. And really, when these planes intersect, we get an eclipse too, by the way. So these eclipses, they'll happen in pairs. And basically, the beautiful thing about the pairs, what I mean is that if we have an eclipse in one sign, it'll be followed by an eclipse in the opposite sign. That means pairs. You see how I have this circled right here in the middle? Why the nodes are always opposite? That's why. Because they come in pairs. So that's beautiful. And just understand that what I just said, the sun ecliptic plane and then the moon orbital plane intersecting, all the node is a connection in time and space. And because eclipses happen, weeks to months apart, most people are not born on the eclipse. We're not having eclipses right now. So what we end up doing, guys, is we average the degree between the last eclipse and the next eclipse. And that's the mean node calculation. So that's how you can see this in your chart. And that's also why you'll see that these points move retrograde too. So I just wanted the physics to be explained, but also that'll explain the metaphysics, guys, that because these are connections in time and space, referencing our sun and moon, which is going to be the external and the internal part of the ego, respectively, is talking about connections that we make in our life. These are the nodes of fate. This reflects timing. All this is showing is the movement of our solar system, the direction that we're going. Because to know where we're going, we have to know where we've been. And that's really what this is about. You can really analyze any chart to its core with this axis. If you don't know the nodal axis on some level, you're missing vital information about every chart that you're reading. And I'm going to stand on that hill. I'm telling you, I will not die on that hill. I got 8th house Saturn. I'm going to stand on that hill for fucking ever. I'll tell you the shit tomorrow, man. I'm telling you. Squares to the nodes are like the most important aspect in astrology because that reflects a planet that is key, incremental in our karmic direction at this time. So we've had some squares in the past and we got some squares this week, guys. Last week, we did have Mercury making a square to the nodal axis. And that just said, you had to be careful about the shit that you express, the shit that you communicate, because the things that you say will manifest. There could be karmic implications of the words that you choose. For real. And this week, it's really about love and about you. About your purpose, your soul, Venus and Sun, respectively. So I'm seeing also with this one, there's a lot of ways that these nodes play out in a square. On the Mercury conversation, you might have gotten crazy information that had some karmic implications for your life. Things might have been revealed to you even. that you needed to hear, needed to know about. You might have just gotten some info. It just blew the lid off of you, man. So this also says truth coming to light. Mercury square the nodes. Things being exposed. It's about fucking time. It's only a matter of time. So you've got Venus making a square to the nodes this week, guys. And what that really just means is karmic implications on love, our values, even the things that we indulge with, compromise with, indulge in. So this could be people. Simply, let's reel it back a few levels. Like Libra, Venus energy, that's just people. So this could look like breakups happening. This could look like friends stop being friends, people setting boundaries around their associates. And this is going to happen on a physical level and on a spiritual level. Some of these ghosts are about to be popped off, man. People are going to be dragged out of your energy, kicking and screaming. You know, but it's your life. Can we all just mind our own business? Venus will also help you get your money right now, help you realize what's burdening you, creating debt. Help you get your finances right, start to get paid what you're worth. Truly understanding your values at this time, embracing the truth. And all of these kind of run parallel. You know, there is a stellium in this circle, Mercury, Venus, Sun. But I want to say Mercury is about communication, therefore truth. Venus is about connection, and the highest form of that requires honesty, truth. And we got the Sun, which is you. And at its boldest and brightest, you have to be who the fuck you are. So truth. This is all about fucking truth, guys. That's all I can see in this shit, man. I don't know what y'all are seeing, but that's all I can fucking see. And I see with the Sun going to a square with the nodes, and that'll take about the whole week, guys. Like, we'll end once again on 11-degree Cancer, Sun. You know, we're moving into a character development arc. So do the work on yourself now, because a week from now, you know, we're gonna have to turn in that paper. And you want to get a good grade on this one, because this is actually going to judge you. You say only God can judge you. Well, hey, this is the one God judges you on. So take it kind of serious. Like, lock in, focus, and don't try to copy off other people's paper, man, because they all have different tests. And if you copy off of it, you'll get the wrong answer, and you'll be seen cheating, and you'll get a deduction. So don't do that shit. Trust your motherfucking self and be strong. Be positive. And I'm going to repeat once again, because I don't want to get verbose and we can start moving to the other points. Especially with the Sun square, the notice, guys, it's all about identity. It's all about self-image, and it's about taking definitive action. It's okay to think you're a good person, and I think it's more positive and useful to do that than to think you're not. Have a healthy suspicion that you can cause problems and create mistakes, but see yourself as a good person, take good actions, and then just be willing to listen. Don't let people confuse you, but listen to them. Okay? Be strong, be a leader, quit complaining about your life, and then take definitive action and show others the way. And then the world changes through your actions. And that's the exact life you want to live. You want to be the creator. Create whatever the fuck you want, as long as it harms none. And inevitably, you'll harm a shit ton of people creating stuff, because we're all the same person. So the point I'm just trying to say is just literally drive your car. Obey the traffic laws, drive the car. Have fun. Don't drink and drive. No DUIs. Okay. Karmic redistribution. That's the other point. I think we kind of hit this on the head, guys. Like, you reap what you sow. So let me talk about this a little bit more. You reap what you sow in this life and in other ones. In some lives, you don't have the time to actually collect on everything you've put out. I want you to think about, like, just a generic hero story. Let's say somebody created a paper towel business out of nothing, and they were a rags to riches story, but also it was it had like a nonprofit or a donation thing associated with it. And this became the most successful paper towel company in the world, way bigger than Downey and Brawny and whatever the fuck. It became like the Walmart of paper towels, dude. And it was a $1 billion company. And this person died in his 30s and or his 20s, let's say. By the time he was 23, he created the most powerful paper towel empire in the fucking world. And he donated $60 zillion to charity. And he gave all the developing countries water. And he cured malaria and AIDS, all by 23. And then he died. So it's like, let's say he was probably rich as fuck. He probably had the ability to live in a mansion or get a Lambo or eat any food he wanted. And he probably had an abundance of love and good people and success and recognition if that's what he actually did, and lived a really fulfilling life doing all those good deeds. So kick it with me, guys. Keep going. But if you get shuffled off this bitch at 23, and for centuries to come, now all these countries have water and they've been unified and inspired, and people can dry their hands so well. Let's say he invented the paper towel, because of the kindness of his heart. He had a hard childhood, but he still literally chose to go through that character psychological soul development. Like, I want to live something powerful so I could give to people and not be a shithead and blame the world for my suffering. Like, if he was that kind of spirit, does he really have time to get all the rewards in that 23 years? My point is, like, karma can follow you from different lifetimes. That's my simple point. I feel like some of y'all got the point way before I told this story, but yeah. What you sow, you shall reap, man. And sometimes it takes time for it to get back around to you. The crazy thing about this, and I talked about this on the full moon video, guys, karma is widely misunderstood because it's an Eastern concept. Dharma is your sole purpose, the work you are here to do, and karma is accrued along the way. Okay? So it's in regardless, when you die, you will not see your life the same way you see it now. And that's the truth. So it's not this feudalistic dichotomy binary system where God sorts you into a good or bad box and everybody's supposed to do the same fucking thing. No, it's like, this is about the lessons more specifically that you learn. And when we tie this back to Saturn, our concept of karma and astrology, Capricorn, the moon, Cancer, that energy. And this even goes down to Pluto too, guys, if you really think about the multi-generational aspect of it. But your family, your mom and dad, your society, like the place that you as a soul chose to come through. You didn't ask to be born, but you did pilot the body. You did make a choice to jump in and animate this bitch so it wasn't a zombie. You're here right now, aren't you? So karmic redistribution. This says a lot of family issues are really surfacing and toppling over, and career changes might be a pretty big thing. Some people are really going to find their true calling at this point, or release one that they thought that was the true calling. There's going to be changes. There's going to be improvements. Restrictions are going to be lifted, because that's what this is about. And also, let's be clear, guys, because the way that this stuff manifests in the physical can be so spontaneous and sporadic. I want to say that while we're on a releasing cycle, you've got to be aware of shit that pops up out of nowhere that seems like a big ass problem. This might be you actually just doing that work. So remember, what's fun for your body might not necessarily be fun for your soul, and what's fun for your soul might not necessarily be fun for your body. So if you can rise above spiritually, once again, you should be able to see the value of your experiences and not have to bypass or avoid them. All right. So that's beautiful. And let's talk about Mercury and Leo, because this is really going to be moving at the end of the week. And this is beautiful. Who here has Mercury Leo? I know I do. Mercury Leo is that shit. And I'm so excited about this shit, guys, because these transits are the bee's knees. Mercury rules over our mind and our communication, okay, guys? Is how we perceive reality, but also how we express ourselves in this reality. And that's really what Mercury Leo is about expressing yourself, communicating more definitively, but also more theatrically and more boldly and more confidently. And you're going to find that what people really are going to be needing more and more once Mercury goes into Leo next week, guys, is just motherfucking attention. and they just want to be heard. They just want to be seen. They just want to be felt. And what you'll notice, guys, is that if you've been a very careful person, and look at this, guys, when Mercury pops up into Leo, it's going to be opposite Pluto. So people aren't going to be able to hold back what they want to say. But just understand that's how they really fucking feel. That's actually what they mean. And some people are going to lie. They're going to be like, well, I was kidding. I was joking. I was being dramatic. No, that's how they fucking feel. Truly, guys, with Mercury going into 0 degrees of Leo. And at the same time, you know, you're going to have Lilith go into Libra. And this is deep. Emotional needs, hidden needs even. The lunar apogee, the furthest distance the moon could be from Earth. So this reflects the part of us that needs nurtured the most. And with this being Libra, it's connection. It's others. It's to have someone reflect us back to us. It's equanimity. It's peace. So think about it this way, guys. If you're a deeply hurt, suffering, contentious, evil soul, you're going to say some evil things. You're not going to be able to hold it back because you really have this new need to be felt on the deepest level. And it's like a lot of these Leo energy, a lot of these people, sun energy, refuse to see themselves as bad. So they're going to be exploding and erupting. They might be judging. They might be saying things and then like backing their word up and then, you know, backing off their word, saying that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. Just lying their asses off, dude. So like, be aware, guys. People are going to start fucking lying. Don't be one of these weirdos. Tell the fucking truth. When you go tell the truth, you don't have to remember your fucking story. And we're moving every day into a world without secrets. So don't worry, because that's a good thing. Unless you have something to hide. So we'll talk more and more about these next week, of course, but I just wanted to say that's what my heart says right off the rip. Mercury Leo will help you speak love and life into yourself. It'll help you really understand who the fuck you are, because all the knowledge is going to have to be connected to yourself. Period. Okay? So that's the point by point, but let's go day by day now, okay, guys? And then we'll run through it and just see what this week is giving. So today is a pretty beautiful day. Hey, dude, the moon is square Uranus today. So expect the unexpected. Big changes really are coming. But I also want to say this is like a nervous, energetic release for some people, or you might find yourself kind of exhausted or tired moving into this Cancer season, having to let go of all this energy, especially with that full moon breaking. So, you know, the sun is trailing Venus this week. There's a lot of love, a lot of focusing on our families, having a good day. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, you know, we're going to see the moon move into Pisces, and that's going to bring us more into our feelings. And, you know, first we're going to kick off with the moon trying the sun. Should be feeling yourself pretty well. Moon in Pisces, a lot of times you're going to need to create something or spend some time retreating into yourself, at least for a little bit. Maybe sleep in some more, watch a movie, or do something fun with your friends. And transcending is the key. And praying, doing something spiritual. That would be a really good time to talk to God, talk to your higher self on Wednesday for sure. And, you know, you also got that moon trine Venus. Yeah, there's a lot of love. It's a good time to love on Wednesday, most definitely. Thursday, you know, we have the moon crossing over Saturn. So that might feel kind of cold and dark. And it's going to be somewhere between Saturn and Neptune, you know? So it's like, yeah, you're going to be feeling the whole ocean that day, and just get excited and know that you are loved and you are loved. And you can create anything, man. So just know that all this is energy available for you. And this will be the day that, did I say Thursday? Yeah, that was Thursday. This will be the day that things are really going to change, because that's when Lilith in Virgo is going to cross over Neptune in true opposition, truly to the minute. So Friday, this is the day of the goddess. This is Venus Day. You know, we're going to have the goddess Lilith pass over Neptune. And Neptune is a weird motherfucker. I'm going to be honest. If you guys know about the Greco-Roman mythology, look what he did to Medusa. Neptune is kind of a weird dude, if I'm just being honest. And Lilith doesn't take kindly to oppression. Lilith doesn't take kindly to violence and rape. And it's not okay. So Lilith is really about to sidestep and swing on Neptune for real. I'm just letting you know. Because Neptune had that shit coming. And they're kind of fighting at each other right now for a multitude of reasons. We don't have to get too personal or deep, but I'm just telling you guys, there's cosmic forces battling right now. And you can see it in the chart. All I hear is hissing, dude. That's not all I hear. I'm gonna be honest. This shit ain't funny, bruh. It hurts. So expect things to be revealed to you on Friday, guys. Because this is really our heart speaking with our higher mind. Our deeper heart, Lilith, and then the higher mind, Neptune. That's imagination, Neptune, like God's will, God's image. You're going to be able to interact with that in a more deep and consistent way. And that's the beauty there. But it could be shocking truths revealed as well. Okay. Let me move to the next one, because then we go to Saturday. And Saturday, you know, the moon will be moving through Aries, conjunct to Chiron. So this day will be about focusing on your healing, focusing on yourself, moving around, taking more action. And that's when this, you know, that's when you see Lilith really break her way into Libra on that Saturday, when things really change, when you can really start to hear what your heart is saying deeper. And you can start to understand your relationships a little bit deeper as well. And the meaning of Lilith and Libra will be revealed to us over the next 9 months. But this has everything to do with love and trust and the company we keep and the consistency of our lives. Do we practice what we preach? Do we know what we don't know? And do we communicate definitively? Do we understand the reasons why we relate to others? That's what's going to be shown to us if we're not avoiding ourselves. If we avoid ourselves, y'all, Lilith Libra will be 9 months of pollution. It'll be 9 months of vanity. And you may be well social and well liked, but all the wrong reasons. And I think realistically it'd be kind of hard to have people like you under those circumstances, because people are going to have a way deeper need for truth and real connection. And they're going to be able to sense the bullshit quite a lot better. But I will say this is going to give some bad people a psychological upper hand if you're naive. So don't be naive. Don't be paranoid. Don't be fearful, but do watch what people do. Watch what they say and watch how they make you feel. Okay? Pay attention. I'm not here to spread fear. I'm here to take the fear out of it. Move militant. Be dangerous in this world so you don't have to be scared. You flew right in front of my face, bitch. I'll kill you. Straight up. So we got Sunday. The moon moves to Taurus. And that's a good time. You know, enjoy yourself every day of your life, man, to the best of your ability. Know moderation, know your limits. It's not about the pursuit of hedonism, and it's not about the pursuit of asceticism, guys. Balance is fucking key. The middle way. Hedonism will lead you to anhedonia and the expense of all your resources. Asceticism will lead you to development, growth, but also self-fucking destruction and a life devoid of pleasure and joy. So you don't want either of those paths. You want to embrace both of them and stay in the middle. Lilith and Libra. Dead ass. It's not that hard. It's that simple, man. Just make it easy for yourself while putting the right pressure down. All right? So we got Sunday, Moon and Taurus saying, embrace your true needs. Cancer Sun is going to help you see that shit. We can talk about these aspects a little bit more later, because really none of them called out to me besides the ingress, egress. seeing minor aspects and shit. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep it simple. You know, Monday we're gonna have the moon crossing over Mars and then kind of going in between Uranus. So I will say Monday and Tuesday, man, you know, there's gonna be a lot of changes that are necessary. And you may feel pretty aggressive or passionate. So don't direct that anger towards yourself unless you deserve that shit genuinely and wholly, and only your soul is gonna know and tell you the truth. But connect with your family, connect with the world, and be a good person. And enjoy the moon conjunct Uranus. This might inspire us to make really powerful changes in our lives. And where we end this week on Tuesday, we're going to have that moon in Gemini. And, you know, we're going to have that Leo Mercury. And that's going to really be a great reflection into our mind, opposite Pluto, Mercury, Pluto. Moon connecting to our Mercury, conjunct to Jupiter, making a trine with Black Moon Lilith. We got this grand air trine, guys. So there's going to be intellectual gifts given. So make sure you're writing things down this week and giving yourself space to channel in those downloads, because spirit will speak directly through your conscious mind. And if you don't observe it, if you don't interact on it, you know, people are only going to tell you to do something so many times before they stop wasting their voice because you're not hearing it. So write it down, show spirit that you value it, and call upon your spirit guides, call upon your higher self, and know that you are blessed. Know the road that you walk is for you and you only. You're blessed if you can take others with you on a similar path, but know that this is your ascent and that's your solution for the world's problems, okay? I love you guys with my soul. From the bottom of my Libra moon heart, my Libra Lilith heart, to the top of my Pluto Sagittarius soul, I love the fuck out of you, man. Stay free, stay woke. Blessed be, blessed we.